Good morning, Muscatine. My name is Autumn Schultz. I am your host today, and as always, I'd like to say thank you to our sponsors, Hy-Vee, Unity Point Health, Trinity Muscatine, Muscatine Power and Water, Becky Insurance, Toyota of Muscatine, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, Impact Fitness and Nutrition, Suntan City, Lutheran Living Senior Campus, Impact Life Blood Center, Harper's Cycling and Fitness, Muscatine County Fair, and Bayer of Muscatine. Some things in case you missed it on Discover Muscatine. The Muscatine Police Department is asking for the public's help in identifying the individual or individuals that are responsible for the vandalizing of Madison School. So if you do have any information, please contact the police department because the more help, the better. And also we have the Back to School Health Clinic. It is happening today from 12 to 7. It's at 1609 Cedar Street. It is school-ready vaccines. You can get those by appointment only, so you can call and get those scheduled. Please bring in your child's shot records and any Medicare cards. They will also provide COVID-19 vaccines for all ages and additional health screenings and services such as dental screening and vision screenings in partnership with Vision Center. And then they will be doing some developmental screenings, and this is for ages 0 to 5. And staff is also being there to help out with any insurance or finding a doctor for annual wellness visits, including sports physicals. So if you are needing any of that information, this Back to School Health Clinic is going to be perfect for you. Also, United Way of Muscatine will be there for their backpack program. So they will be donating backpack, school supplies, anything that your kids may need during the school year to get started. There's going to be some health promotion and some fun activities and for the children. Fishing for fruits, veggies, spin art, germ bug, hand washing activities, giveaways, and door prizes. So this is happening today from 12 to 7 at 1609 Cedar Street. If you'd like to go and attend, the more the merrier to get ready for back to school. Shops with Hops is coming back for their downtown in Muscatine, so tickets are available. You can go to shopwithhops.com, and also it's going to kick off at Contrary Brewery at downtown. This is going to be $20 per ticket, and this starts at 3 o'clock on August 27th. So pick up your glass at Contrary Brewery, and then each participating brewery will have a couple different craft beer options to try. With a local map, we'll be able to tell where all the glass holders can go, shop, sip, and enjoy downtown Muscatine with all the businesses hosting. So tasting glasses are limited, so make sure that you get yours. It's $20. You can get it online, and all their information is on Facebook with Shops with Hops. And we have something really exciting coming back up. It is the 12th annual Community Block Party. It is going to be in Discovery Park Environmental Learning Center on Friday, September 9th. That is from 5:30 to 7:30. The block party is free to the public and features over 30 local organizations within resources and activities to share with you in the Muscatine community. So be sure to check that out as well, and we will talk more about it. And an update for Muscatine High School Back to School Night. It will be Tuesday, August 23rd from 5 to 7. Information prepared and student presentations within the auditorium will be released within next week. If you did purchase a yearbook from last year, you can still pick it up as well. And the fall sports kickoff is Friday, August 19th. So all of that exciting stuff is coming up for Back to School kickoff with the Muskies. So be sure on the lookout for that, and we'll have more information for you too. My guest today, talking about more sports and activities, is Dell Wagner. We're going to be talking about the 45th annual Watermelon Stampede. Good morning.
Good morning, Autumn. I'm glad to be here and be invited on the show. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. I love that we are contrasting colors right now. You're very bright, and I love this. So tell us a little bit about the history of the Watermelon Stampede.
The history of the Watermelon Stampede comes from an activity that happened a long time ago, the winning of the marathon by Frank Shorter back in the 1970s, and then the running boom took place. There was a book written called The Complete Book of Running by Jim Fix. Everybody wanted to start running, and then every community decided that to bring people to their whatever activity they were going to have, be it the Founders Day at Wilton or the Bix or those types of things, let's add a run to our event. And of course, with the Watermelon Stampede being added to Great River Days, that's how the history of it got started. 1978, so this year is the 45th annual Watermelon Stampede.
And how many of you taken part in yourself?
Actually, I've never run the Stampede,
okay,
but I have been the race director for the last 35 years.
Well, that's a little, you have to kind of pay attention to that. So
I do need to do that. Sometimes it gets easier each year, but there are certain things that need to be done. And so I've been the race director for the last 35 years. We have lots of participation, seen lots of runners over the years, and so it is a local community event that's lasted a long time.
And when it comes to our local community, who helps you and gets involved within the Watermelon Stampede?
Well, we have some sponsors that help with the Watermelon Stampede. The Muscatine Community Y, the Hy-Vee here in Muscatine, the Muscatine Running Club, obviously, Ed Morris, GMC Buick dealership now, formerly Krieger's, of course, but Ed Morris now. Davenport Pepsi Distributing helps out with some donations, and the city of Muscatine itself with police protection, intersection control, those types of things. So we like to thank those people for being part of the activity itself.
That is quite a bit. I love the fact that it's not just Hy-Vee, or it's not just like Muscatine, it's not just Hy-Vee, but also you just mentioned even Davenport, even outside of the Muscatine area.
Well, we lost our Pepsi distributorship some time ago, and we're always looking for somebody who can donate cups and coolers and water and those types of things. And they stepped forward and said, yes, they'd love to help out. So
that's awesome.
It seems small sometimes in effect, but it really isn't. There are a lot of people that it does touch, and so we want to make sure that people know about those people that help us out.
And as we're going into the races, it's not just a race on one day, but we also have one for kids. So talk to us about the kids race.
Well, let's talk about the kids race. We decided many years ago that rather than try and piggyback a children's race on top of the adult race or the 5K, 10K race on Saturday, let's have their own event. And so that's what happened. We have it on Friday night, ages pretty much from 1 to up to 12. But this year it's really important to emphasize that the event is going to be held at the Muscatine Community Y. You mentioned earlier in your announcements about the fall sports kickoff at the high school on Friday, August 19th.
Yep.
Well, that's when we would have had the Watermelon Stampede on the high school track.
Okay.
So we're going to the Community Y. We've set up a course there that will fit the child's ability, age, size, those types of things, and we'll have the event Friday night starting at 6 o'clock. But you know, I think when it all comes down to it, we'll probably wait until about 6:15 because somebody's going to go to the high school.
Yep.
You know, Pavlov's dog, you always do this, you go back to the same thing every time. Well, they've got to be at the high school, and when they get there, they see all of these people, and then they're really going to think that it's there. So we're going to maybe postpone it a little bit to maybe 6:15.
Okay.
Start with the youngest, go to the oldest. Hand out medals, ribbons, watermelons, those types of things.
So fun-filled activity that
absolutely
they have their own special day.
They have their
this.
own special day.
So then we'll talk about next day where we have the 5K and the 10K. So talk to us about where that is, time-wise, and everything.
Okay. On Saturday, August 20th, the 5K and 10K, and for those of you who don't know what 5 and 10 are, that's 3.1 miles and 6.2 miles. The event will be downtown. We will gather on Iowa Avenue between 3rd and 4th Street in front of MCSA and the old post office and where they are doing the construction for the Stanley Foundation. That has been our stomping ground for a long, long time. We'll meet starting at 7 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, the gun will go off and the runners will begin down on the corner of 3rd and Sycamore and then traverse the city streets depending on their distance, either the shorter or longer distance. They'll run and then finish at 4th and Iowa, again coming right down Iowa Avenue and finishing right in front of MCSA. And there we'll have the awards and that type of situation. Again, all starting with the gun at 8 o'clock, but getting together at about 7 o'clock.
Right.
Late registration, you can register the day of. Some people wait to see whether it's raining or not. But really when it comes right down to it, you might want a little rain, it might be a little hot.
a little rain won't hurt anyone. It will feel
nice.
nice.
I think that very few people will melt
Yeah.
from the rain, let's say.
If it was the temperature like last Saturday, where it was very high heat and a little dry, I think a little rain might just be perfect.
Yeah, we're looking forward to temperate conditions, but we're prepared. We'll have water on the course, so that if people need to take water, drink water while they're out there. Most of our participants are maybe not seasoned veterans, but are aware of the conditions, and we'll caution them the morning of, hey, be careful if it is one of those types of situations where the heat and humidity would create a concern. We'll have medical staff there in case, but to be perfectly honest, in 44 years, haven't had to have it, so hopefully we won't have to have it again. Yes, knock on wood.
And so, especially you're talking about, a seasoned athlete. Now, the 10K is a run. The 5K, though, anyone can do the 5K.
That's right. You can either walk or run the 5K. We'll have some high school athletes that will be running the 5K distance, because cross country in the state of Iowa, both boys and girls run a distance of 5 kilometers, which again, 3.1 miles. So we've invited as many high school athletes and coaches to participate. We give them a special discount. We charge them half price. We're hoping to have runners we know we'll have runners from Muscatine, from Columbus Junction. We're inviting some people from L&M Community. We'll see if we can't get Durant. I might even call my friend up in Pleasant Valley and see if she might bring a few of her girls down to run. So we'll have it, right. You can walk the 5K, but in the 10K, we only can provide street protection for about an hour and 50 minutes. So walkers are discouraged on the longer route, do the shorter route.
Yep. And I think, just being a part of this is just something even more special, just saying, hey, I did this. I walked the 5K, I ran the 5K, I ran the 10K.
That's right.
The movement is what's important.
That's what we're encouraging. Years ago, it started out really as a race, but now it is a recreational type of event. I'm sorry we don't have bounce houses and beer trucks and food trucks and things like that. We haven't gone that far, but we do have refreshments at the end. Probably one of the most important things that we do is we'll be giving out over 100 watermelons over the course of the 2 days. About 25 to the children, about 75 to the adults, either winning it by winning your age group, or we'll have a random drawing for those watermelons left over. So that's kind of our kick. And besides, on the 45th, this year the children will receive a Frisbee commemorating the 45th, and the adults are going to get a commemorative keychain because it is a special event. As you can see by this bright and happy t-shirt, as you might want to expect, we're going to try and make it that kind of an event.
I love that. I think, that stands out quite a bit. How many people on average attend this, do you know?
Over the course of the past few years, I would say that we have approximately 100 children on Friday night, and on Saturday, somewhere between 250 and 350 adults. And I shouldn't say adults, those that want to participate, because we do have 13, 14, 15-year-old people who run the 5K. So I always say the adult race, but it really isn't. It's the 5 and 10K. So between 250 and 350, if I have my way, I'd love to have 300 people on Saturday morning. That's kind of what we're preparing for, but if we have more, we'll take them. It's okay.
I don't think you'll say no to anyone.
No, we never have turned anybody away. The story goes from a long, long time ago. A young runner showed up just before the start of the race and didn't have time to register. We knew who they were. They took their wallet out of their pocket and threw it on the table and said, "I'll pay you when I get back," and jumped into the race. So we'll take you at any time.
We'll be prepared. You need that just like collateral, basically.
That's right, absolutely. In that case, we knew him, but you know what? Somebody might sneak in and run, and it's okay.
Yeah, they're being a part of something within the Muscatine community. I've loved watching it these past couple of years of just seeing just the flood of Muscatine athletes of just running through, and I just think it's so pretty and it's just so unique.
That's one of our discussions, is that it probably is the best attended single day recreational activity in Muscatine. I know that the golf tournament is there, the city bowling tournament,
Yep.
The criterium, those types of things. But when you come right down to it, about 75% of those people that are in that mob are Muscatinians, and so it is a good activity. We have fun.
And how does someone register to take part in this?
That's a couple of ways you can do it. You can go onto our website, just Google or search for Muscatine Running Club. You'll come up to our homepage, you'll see the homepage, it'll say, get me registered, so you can either register online or you can print out an entry form. The entry form you will fill out and add your money to it and mail it to me. Or we have lots of people who will register day of, an hour before the event, either the children's race or the 5 and 10K race on Saturday. You can come down day of and register. So go to the website. Not only on the website do you find about our race, you'll find about previous races. We just recently had St. Malachy out in the country. You can click on that, see the results, see pictures. So the website that is managed by Peggy Bailey, our IT person, if you want to call it that. Peggy does a marvelous job of keeping the website up to date.
Perfect.
There you
and
go.
how does one get a shirt?
You got to enter.
Yeah.
You got to enter, unless you volunteer. But our volunteer list is pretty well complete right now.
Good.
So to get one of these exciting and classic, maybe a better term, 45th Watermelon Stampede T-shirt, sign up. Come down, enjoy the day. We're going to captivate you for about an hour and a half and send you on your way.
Perfect. What else do you have for me?
I really don't have anything else for you. It's just, a great thing. Running is an important endeavor that I've promoted for a long, long time and love to do it. So I'm glad to be here and share this with you.
And I've got one question for you. Why should someone take part in the Water Stampede? What makes it so special?
Oh my. Why should someone participate? I know that the classic answer is just to say that I did it, but just to say that I did participate, that I did get off the couch, that I did go down, I did do that. I don't recommend somebody who has never walked 3 miles to maybe come down and try it, but it is a Muscatine activity, much like all of the other things that you mentioned earlier when you did your intro to the broadcast. So we're trying to just keep the interest of running alive in Muscatine. I think that's the best reason.
Just movement and being with the community.
Being with the community, being healthy.
Yep.
Come on down.
I love it. I'm excited. So we've got Friday, August 19th for the kids, and the 20th is the 5K, 10K for everyone. So sign up. You can also follow them on Facebook with their Muscatine Running Club and have all that information, or Google search the Watermelon Stampede Muscatine, and it's that first click right there.
Yep, Muscatine Running Club.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Dell, for coming on and talking about this. Like I said, I like the contrast between our clothes right now. Looks great. We are going to take a quick break, and we will have Lindsey Phillips on to talk about all the things within the Y and Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Here at Toyota Muscatine, we're here to serve.
When you buy a vehicle at a multi-brand dealership and it isn't locally owned, it can be difficult to get information that you need.
That's why all of our trained salespeople are focused on one thing: getting you the best deal possible on a new or used Toyota.
And when you pick your favorite, we will help you with financing and maintenance.
We love helping our neighbors.
Come to Toyota Muscatine today.
We've all been through a lot together. And along the way, you'll find out who really cares for you and who you can trust. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens in life. Like those days when the amazing happens. Or those days that are really, really hard. That's why you need someone like Unity Point Health. Because when it comes to your health, you gotta have someone you can trust. Unity Point Health. Know how much you matter to this world. We've all been through a lot together. And along the way, you'll find out who really cares for you and who you can trust. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens in life. Like those days when the amazing happens. Or those days that are really, really hard. That's why you need someone like Unity Point Health. Because when it comes to your health, you gotta have someone you can trust. Unity Point Health. Know how much you matter to.
Hello, and we are back. So I have Lindsey Phillips with me, and she is going to be talking about Big Brothers Big Sisters and what's going on at the Y. Hello.
Hello.
So I know that the 45 Bigs in 45 days is still going on. So
Yes.
talk to us a little bit how that's going out.
Yeah, so that started in July. 45 Bigs in 45 days was a campaign that we came up with. We've done 30 Bigs in 30 days and things like that. And really, there's no secret to the number other than we know we need volunteers. We wanted to be able to run a campaign a little bit longer this summer so that we're geared up and ready for back to school. It's going okay. It's going well. You know, since the pandemic, I would say that it has been really difficult to get volunteer commitment on a long-term basis. Not that anyone is burnt out, but really we've just kind of been in that react mode, and I think volunteering and meeting a need that has that quick return. So it's been a little challenging to get some of those kiddos off our waiting list. We currently have almost 60 kids on our waiting list that are hoping for a mentor.
Oh, wow.
Many of them have been waiting for over 200 days through the pandemic, through school changes and things like that. So we knew that we needed to do something that really gave us an opportunity to talk about the need. We have about 16 volunteers going through our enrollment right now, which
Wow.
is a great number. But of course, we need to do a few more things to
Yep.
really amp that up and get some more volunteers. We'd love to double that number.
And so when it comes to a volunteer, can you talk to us about what that volunteer role does?
Yeah, so the volunteer meets with a child about once a week for 45 minutes to an hour, based on your comfort, based on your time that you have available. Of course, everything is kind of flexible in that sense. The key is consistency, that you're showing up and that you're developing that relationship. You can engage in lots of different activities. It's really based on your interests. So if you're interested in sporting activities, then we pair you with a child that would have similar interests in that, so then that could be your focus of activity that you're doing together. Or maybe you like to read, or so you're starting a book club, you know, whatever it could be. We're working with you to match those interests so that that's how you're spending your time together.
And so now with the kind of the program, obviously it sounds a little obvious, but can you tell us like a breakdown between the community-based and like the school-based programs for it?
Yes, so we have two different programs. The community that you mentioned is exactly what it is. It's out in the community. You're utilizing resources that are here for you. You can always meet with your littles at the YMCA. You do not need to be members to do that. You can utilize parks, any of the community places that we have in town. You know, my little likes to walk my dog. That's an example of, we haven't done that for a while though, so she would probably yell at me if she knew I was mentioning it, because she's going to be holding me accountable soon. But you know, we do things like that together. We went to the Muscatine County Fair one day. So really anything that you're out and about doing, you could take that person along, and they really just become your friend, your sidekick, the person that you get to be a kid with again. And go have fun. And then in a sense, you kind of just grow up together again, you know. So the school-based program is still just as fun, but it's located at the schools, and you have to remain on school property unless you're a combination of that community-based and site-based. So you would visit at the school. You can utilize the playgrounds, the gymnasiums if they're available, the library space. Some of our matches will simply go for walks around school grounds, but we do have activities. We call them buddies buckets, and they're at every school that we have matches at, so that you have activities just at your disposal. So you can actually leave work in the middle of the day. You'd be surprised that most of your HR representatives or immediate supervisors are going to give you permission to do that on company time. So you can go into the school during your workday. You don't even have to prepare. Just get in your car, head there. We have everything for you. 45 minutes, and then you're back to work within that hour, and you're good to go. We do have some volunteers that'll eat lunch with their littles, but it's not a lunch buddies program. It really is, I think, a little bit more broad than that. Then you can engage in activities, you can talk, you can play games, you can.
And is this during, like, if a kid is in class, do they get pulled out then for that 45 minutes?
They do. Okay. So we work with the teachers to find out what is the best time for that student to be pulled out, so that they're not missing maybe that core academic time, or maybe they're excelling in a certain area, and so it's okay for them to be pulled for that time.
Got it.
Or maybe they're behind, and the teachers are like, you know what, maybe you could take the kiddo and play some games, but could you also help them with this worksheet really quick? So we try to stay away from the tutoring component, because we don't want our bigs to be in that, but we also really believe in accountability and helping our students reach their potential. And so we know that there's that part is there. We can't ignore it, and we want to be helpful and make sure that school is a priority for them, as well as attendance. So sometimes we have kiddos that, you know, Monday might be a hard day for them to get to school, and with a little incentive of maybe seeing that volunteer, they're more likely to attend on that day. So we'll work with the teachers to try to incentivize and be that bright spot in the day, and get them to school and really give them a break. Sometimes we just need a break.
I know that feeling. I think everyone just needs a little break. It's perfect. I like the fact that you do work with the schools then too, because obviously it's summertime, you know, they're home all the time, or maybe they're on vacations, but now that they're back to school, it's that, okay, I've got to adjust and adapt some schedules. So working with those schools, working with the bigs, I think that's a great, just make sure that the program doesn't stop.
Right. And teachers are great too at communicating with our volunteers directly. So if a student's not there for the day because they're sick, or they've called in absent, the teachers can let you know, or we will set up a process that you're calling in and checking at the school before, so that you're not leaving the office and then being sad that you don't get to see your little, but then the same is true on the other side. If a volunteer, we have a lot of volunteers that travel for work, so every other week maybe they're able to be in the classroom and meeting with their little, it doesn't have to be every single week, right? If you can consistently show up every other week, and that's the expectation that's set, it's as simple as just reaching out to the teacher and being like, hey, reminder, out of town for work this week, let so-and-so know that I'll see them next week. And they'll help with that communication, and it works out really well.
Oh, good. And I'm glad that it's not just a, hey, I'll see you on the weekend kind of thing. Because that Wednesday can be a struggle sometimes of saying, okay, that might be the perfect day just to ramp them back up and get them ready for Thursday, Friday, and the remainder of that day. I think that's really neat. So let's talk about the different ways to get involved. So there's volunteering, there's being a part of the actual program itself, and donations. So we've talked a lot about the volunteering part, the internship part of it too.
So we definitely have roles within our office that we would accept interns. We've had interns frequently throughout the years, where they've helped us create recruitment programs, or they've really helped kind of that data and outcome following, that's been really beneficial. We don't have an intern this year, but we're always open to that too. So,
well, and especially school year might be like, some might come in and not know what they want. Interning is something just to kind of get your foot into that door of saying, hey, is this something I like to do? Because you never know.
Right, so if you're in the social services field, if you're looking at marketing, even sales, I guess, it goes right into it. Fundraising, if that's something that you're interested in doing, absolutely reach out to us. We would love to do that.
The school year, be ready. Anything could happen. You might have a degree and go total 180. You never know.
You never know.
So, can you talk to us about what what's the donation portion of it? You know, if I went on the website and I said donate, what does my donation go towards?
Yeah, so we are that scary word that's called overhead, right? No one wants to make a donation. We want to see the pretty things. But our program is our people, and I think that that's really important to know too. Of course, there are activities, there are events that we're funding, there are all of those things, but your donation really gives that person a contact. So once you go through the enrollment process, it's easy to see like that there's that interview and there's the screening and then there's an orientation. We have onboarding where you're introduced to your match too. But I think what goes unseen and what a lot of funding covers is our ongoing support that's provided to those volunteers, to the littles, and to their families. So we're constantly checking in with you, making sure that you have access to any of the resources that you may need, that things are going well. Our staff stay really versed in community outreach programs that are available with the school district and some of those requirements, and making sure that we're making those connections. I think during COVID, we actually were able to increase some of our parent communication too with the families that are in our program. And it felt a little bit like that old school social work, which I don't know if that even makes sense to anyone, but really just kind of getting to know the families a little bit more and being like, hey, did you know that this existed? And here's how we can build relationships and make sure that we're all thriving and getting what's available to us to kind of just decrease crisis a little bit and make life easier, because I think that's the goal.
So obviously involvement doesn't just mean donations, there's internships, and of course being a big.
Yes.
And you have some t-shirts.
Yes, okay, so part of our 45 Bigs in 45 Days campaign is we reached out to some people to ask them to be walking billboards for us in a sense, but an interactive one. Okay, so Autumn graciously said yes. So her and Scott are going to be sporting these tomorrow along with other community members. So simple white t-shirt, it says 45 Bigs in 45 Days. Just a reminder, people might not know what this is, so we're hoping they'll just ask, right? What is that? And then Autumn's going to turn around and you can scan her because it does work. I practiced. So I was so nervous. I was like, please do not be a box of t-shirts with a QR code that's broken, because that would be awful. So it does work. So tomorrow people can scan you or anyone that you see wearing these shirts, and it's going to take you to a Google form, which is going to have some information about our enrollment process, what it takes, and then you can enter your information right there. This is not a commitment by any means. It's really just saying, you know, I'd like to learn more and consider me a maybe, and then we're going to reach out to you, we're going to talk to you about the process and find out if it's a good fit. Because we rather you ask. We don't want this to be something that in 10 years you're like, oh yeah, I wish I did that. You know, we have kids right now that could definitely benefit from your one-on-one time and attention. And then we have big couples too, which I think that we should mention, because if you and your significant other are interested in mentoring a child, but you're like, we can't each do a youth because it would become too much. Completely understand. You guys can have a little together, and then you're able to either split that time or kind of just add it to, you know, maybe it's family dinner and you're inviting a child into your home to share that with you, and really just kind of model that things can look different on the other side of somebody else's walls. You know, we only know what we're exposed to, I think, so a variation of those experiences is really important. And so we encourage all of that kind of involvement. So yeah, so you're going to be wearing these shirts tomorrow. I'm
going grocery shopping tomorrow, so
I'm going to go grocery shopping in mine too. There are going to be a lot of people at Hy-Vee wearing these shirts, so Phil told me too. So if you don't see Autumn tomorrow and you're hanging out and you just need to pick something up, walk through Hy-Vee, find Phil at the front, and just scan him.
And he's very tall. You can't miss him. I'm looking right at him. I mean, he's that tall.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. I think
these are so neat.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. We're hoping that it gets some attention and helps us raise some awareness. So, you know, we were at a golf outing a couple months ago now. Maybe it was just a month ago. 2 months ago, probably. I don't know. Summer is flying by.
Summer's gone.
But we were there, and there was a comment made too that they didn't really know there was a need in Muscatine. And I think that that's there. We need to do a better job letting people know that there is a need in the community, and there are youth that are just waiting for almost a little escape, right? Somebody that's going to just take them to have a new experience and enjoy something that maybe they wouldn't normally do on like a Monday or a Tuesday or whatever it could be. So
when you did Over the Wall, that was last year?
We did do it last year, yes.
That was the first time that I was actually aware that there was one in Muscatine.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of my eye-opener, because I remember years ago my family did, and even Pearson in Cedar Rapids, they had a Big Brothers Big Sisters there, and there was a big bowling event that we did, and I thought that was so much fun, and I just always remember that as my Big Brothers Big Sister moment.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we have one in Muscatine. This is awesome.
Yes.
I love it. It's growth and expanding. I love these shirts. I think the QR code is just such a smart, it's just such an easy way to do it. Everyone now knows, you know, it's been out for a couple years that everyone's like, oh, here, scan this.
It was the thing that like COVID brought back, right? So on your phones, if you don't know how to do it, if you see someone wearing this shirt and you're like, all right, I want to try it out, I want to see how it works, you're just going to open your camera on your phone and you're going to aim it at that QR code, and then you're probably going to see like a little yellow box or something pop up, and you'll just tap your screen and it's going to take you right there. You don't even have to take a picture of it, right? It just goes. So now, if you didn't know, there's no excuses. Now you know how to do it.
I would say any of the Google phones, just go to Lens, scan and tap, you're done.
Yeah.
Don't even have to actually hit the shutter button.
Nope.
And it's so easy. And this one, I don't think the phone can miss this one.
I don't think so.
I think it's large enough to visually be able to get this. I think this is neat. I love this. I can't wait to wear these. And they're white, which I really like because it's not a cool day. So white
and
is the way to go.
You can continue to wear them. The QR code will work for a year.
Nice.
But tomorrow is the big splash. So as you see people around, we're asking that people, if you're wearing them too, that you post on social media. We have a couple extra t-shirts in our office. So if you're like, hey, I'm going to be out and about tomorrow and I would love to help out, that's another way that you can volunteer without that long-term commitment. So help us spread the word. Stop into the Y. I am dwindling down on sizes, but lots of larges, extra larges left. So stop in and grab a t-shirt.
I like the fact
help us out.
You said that this is good for a year, so I'm going to be wearing this once a week on Wednesdays. You will find me wearing this shirt on Wednesdays from now on for a whole year. What is going on at the Y?
Yeah, so summer's almost over, which
Don't say
crazy.
that.
I know. Well, it's going to be nice. Summer's not officially over until like September or something, right? So, but the I guess out of school time is wrapping up.
Back to
so we're
school
almost
reality.
back to school, which comes a new program guide with the Y. So all of our activities are kind of renewing. We've got new sessions that are starting up September 6th. And so our program guide that'll list all of those things will be available officially August 22nd. You'll probably be able to find it online a little before that. But you can start signing up for all of those classes August 22nd. A majority of our classes are drop-in. You don't have to sign up. You just have to stop and utilize. They're free to our members. Some of those things do require sign-ups though, so just be sure to check the website or stop in and ask for a program guide so that you can see that. And then our Teen Center programming, which if you've been at the Y this summer, you've probably seen teens running around, or preteens. It's that 4th, 5th through 8th grade age range, and they are utilizing the Y to do all kinds of things. They're doing like a Couch to 5K program where they're getting their bodies moving, teen fitness. They're getting familiar with the weight room and how to use those kinds of things safely. They're all kinds of things. The other group that they have is their Togetherhood group, and so they're looking in the community at needs that there are. They do random acts of kindness. Yesterday they were selling baked goods for the Alzheimer's walk that's coming up. So they're just really engaged, and that program is staffed all summer long, and then after the school day throughout the school year. So they rely a lot on community donations and events and funding to make those programs run smoothly too and provide a safe spot for kids in the community. So they are having their Duck Derby August 25th at Almost Friday Fest. So you sponsor a little rubber duck. It's going to race down the slip and slide, gigantic slip and slide. and there will be winners and prizes. It's $5 per duck. You can get some bundled deals if you want. You can purchase them online at muscatiney.org, or you can stop in at any time and we'll help you with that purchase too.
And I believe I saw on Facebook that there is a Facebook event for it, right?
Probably.
Okay.
There probably is.
It looked like a monster truck and a duck, and I was like, I'm sure that's the duck. I don't know. I just saw it just very quickly.
I don't know.
I saw a duck, and I saw the word duck derby, so I was.
Oh, okay. That one's probably it. Yes.
I love that. So the bundles for the duck derby, you said $5 per duck, and then
yeah, and then you kind of get a free duck as you move up.
Okay,
right?
I remember that. We were talking about that last time.
Pack for $25. There's a derby dozen, a feathery flock.
Feathery flock.
Yes, and I think there's another one, but yeah.
The names is what I loved. I think the names are just nice.
It is a really fun event. So we did it for the first time, supporting Y programs and Big Brothers Big Sisters at Salisbury, probably 6 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe. And we actually put them down Chicken Creek, and they went. Is that a real name? I don't know. I don't know.
You have a duck derby on a Chicken Creek.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know if that's the real name for the creek, but everybody probably knows what I'm talking about. So we had a ducks race there. It was lots of fun. We had lots of people come out. But we did realize that we didn't have a lot of control, and we were out in kayaks and canoes and trying to gather the ducks and make sure we weren't littering rubber everywhere. So we did gain a little bit more control when we partnered with the downtown event the next year to run it down these massive slip and slides. And Muscatine Power and Water has been a huge help every single year because they have the water. So we tap into those fire hydrants and send large amounts of water down this. It's essentially a big tarp, but it is a real slip and slide. It's really fun. It's just cute. Kids love it. So even if you don't want to participate, just come out and check it out. A crowd makes things more fun.
Oh gosh,
and really helps us raise awareness so that we can talk about the good that those programs are doing. So you don't even have to spend $1. You can come out and just watch. So
if I do want to spend $5 or get a quack pack or a feathery flock, said it. How do I purchase them?
Yep, so you can go to muscatiney.org and you can select your bundle or your single on the website there. And then I think it's under events. If you're on that page, you should be able to find it there. She's scrolling on her thing to make sure that I'm not lying, which is perfect. Otherwise, you can call us.
Special event. Oh, wow.
Is it there?
Yep, Duck Derby is there.
Okay, good.
Adopt a duck or ducks.
Yes, so you can do it right there. And there's a picture on there, too, so that you can see.
That is a really cool
Each duck is numbered. Yeah, it's huge. So there are 3 of them that are tied together. They're each 75 feet long.
Wow.
So if on a Friday afternoon during the summer too, you ever want to drive through the Y, there are about 100 kids that are out utilizing these slip and slides too and just having a blast. They're covered in soap, probably some grass bird. I mean, they're living life, right? It's just the best.
You have to.
So they're fun. They are a lot of fun. So dual purpose, because that's what you do. And
you have to use them somehow.
Yes. So it's lots of fun. You can go on there. You could also call us if you're like, I don't want to put my credit card in. I don't want to do all of that stuff. Give us a call at 263-9996, and we can do it over the phone. We'll mail you your little form.
Okay.
So everyone is assigned. You'll know your duck number ahead of time. So when they pull it off, because it crossed the finish line first, they'll announce that number. They'll also keep track, so we'll know which. There's a bird in here. Yes. So we'll also know which duck belongs to you. And then I believe, if it's the same as last year's, there is a prize for the slowest duck too. So it's worth sticking around.
Perfect. Yeah, I think this is so much fun, and it's just like you said, it's a great thing just for the kids, especially with Almost Friday Fest. It's something for the kids to do as well. While now I have the bird.
I know, it's just I just noticed. Sorry, I get distracted easily.
I love when Lindsay's on because we will be talking about something, and then all of a sudden it goes whoosh.
It's usually squirrel, right? And then today
it's the bird.
Bird.
So we got the duck derby. We still have the 45 big for 45 days. You're going to see a bunch of us wearing these shirts.
Yes.
So scan this code when you see us. A lot of us will be here in Hy-Vee or downtown Muscatine. And like I said, this QR code you said is good for a whole year because it's not just 45 days for 45 bags. It is every day.
Every day.
Every single day we
There
need
is
volunteers.
no enrollment period. We are definitely reaching. And if you're curious, who are the littles and who are we serving? Make sure that you check out our Facebook page because we are highlighting some of those littles and what they may need in a big. So check that out.
Yeah, quite often. I think I saw 2 or 3 just within the last couple of weeks. So I think I just love the fact that you already provide the information that can kind of inspire and get people started of saying, ooh, that kid, like, I want to help that kid. I want to play basketball with him. Or I just want to take this little girl to the library. You know, just different types of things that can already spark people's hobbies and interest right off the bat. A lot of great information. What else would you like to share with me?
Well, within the Y2, we are updating a lot of our weight equipment too. So if you have been to our weight room, we use a lot of Strive equipment. A lot of that is getting updated, so there will be some new additions and replacements coming in throughout the rest of the year as those begin to arrive. So if you were wishing we'd update something, pay attention, it might be happening soon. They get worn, right? So constantly working to keep those things updated. And then back to that community service side of it, we have our family program services, which we have our parent support groups. We have kind of the respite with our child care and the Y Play that's at the Y, which is back and open. So if you have been holding out and coming and kind of doing that self-care while you have little ones at home, come try it out. They're doing lots of different activities. I saw a thread on Facebook, so thank you to all the positive comments that were left there too. Someone had asked an opinion on the Y Play and lots of positive feedback. They're enjoying their time there and the kids really do love it. There's lots of things going on in that room. So make sure that you check that out, or if you want to just come and get a tour, you can definitely do that. And then our community block party that is going to be hosting over 30 nonprofits, or I guess community resources. I think that we're almost to 40 actually, so space is definitely full. But we're really trying not to turn anyone away. So if you are a community service organization or a provider in the community, reach out to us if you're still interested in that, and we can see if we can make some room. We might be plopping you in the grass somewhere, but it's a great way to do some community outreach. We'll have over 400 people at that event, which will be great. It's September 9th, 5:30 to 7:30. Bounce houses, bucket truck rides from MPW. They'll have their bike out there and you can help generate some power. We'll have all kinds of stuff going on and crafts activities.
I remember seeing that bike at their customer appreciation.
Yeah, that was such a fun day.
There was a ton of people on that.
That was a fun day.
It was
this will feel a little bit like that. Lots of activities and things to do.
A lot of great information.
And Hy-Vee is a very generous sponsor, and they'll be providing the meal for families there. So the entire event is free of charge. So
love that. I think everyone, if someone hears the word free, it's like, wait, what? Hey, I want in. I'm here.
It's free. Volunteering is free. So it doesn't cost anything to be in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program either. Yeah. We should mention that.
It's free.
Is the key word. It's free.
And you, like you said, it's 4 hours out of your entire month.
Yes.
And those 4 hours are not just making a difference for you, but also making a difference for them.
Right.
So you can volunteer 4 hours of your day. That's the way to do it.
That's right.
Right, out of your month, not your day.
Month. Yes. I mean, you could do 4 hours in a day, but we would caution you to start small. Don't set the expectation too high.
Don't set it too high.
Yes. Yeah.
Start small, build your way up.
Yeah.
Perfect. A lot of great information. I always love talking to you. You've got so much with Big Brothers and with the Y and even just Muscatine Community. You're so involved. I love this. Remember, my friends, the Back to School Health Clinic starts at 12 and it goes till 7 o'clock. It's at 1609 Cedar Street. So if you're ready to get back to school and you need to do anything in regards to maybe COVID vaccines, health screens, dental and vision, like I said, Vision Center will be there for those screenings. Developmental screenings from ages 0 to 5, and then there's also going to be staff there to help you find any insurance or maybe a doctor for annual wellness, and also sports physicals. We did just have Lori Schultz on yesterday talking about all of the physical and annual physicals for students, so make sure you get those prepared and ready to go.
And Adam, they still need volunteers for that. I just saw yesterday that they still need volunteers to help that clinic run well. So you're supposed to reach out to Hillary at United Way.
Well, thank you for that and additional information.
You're welcome.
So yes, talk to Hillary at United Way of Muscatine, so you can go over to their Facebook page or to their website, United Way of Muscatine. They have their backpack program because of all the back to school donations that they got. They've been able to send those off to schools, and they're going to have some available there at the clinic. And there's going to be just a lot of health information, fun activities and games for all of the kids, giveaways and door prizes. So that is 12 to 7 if you would like to go over and get additional information and help, or to volunteer. That is your way to go, 1609 Cedar Street from 12 to 7. Until then, stay happy and stay healthy. I will see you later, Muscatine.
I'm TJ Deere, General Manager here at Toyota of Muscatine.
Hi, I'm Megan and I'm from Muscatine.
My name is Logan and I'm from Muscatine.
Here at Toyota Muscatine, we believe in investing in our community.
And that's why all our members are local to the Muscatine area.
It's why we give generously to charities based in our city.
Because we believe that giving back means paying it forward.
That's why an investment in us is an investment in our community.